Alrighty, righty, what is up, PokeMoshPit? This is InertFury here, and today I've got a 4th gen overused match against my excellent friend TonyFlygon. It was a really good match, but if you didn't think this video could get awesome, let me just prove you wrong, because here with me now is none other than Mr. Party Person himself, TonyFlygon! Tony, say hi.
Yo, 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 what's going on, party people? Today we're playing Rich in 4th gen old school OU. Let's get into this match and see how this goes.
Yeah, so I'm going to lead off with my Choice Specs Starmies. He's going to lead off with a Machamp. Now, figuring that he's probably just going to go for a safe payback, and I really want this thing crippled from the get-go, I'm just going to go for a trick. Probably going to hit it with a Surf, but I figured that, for later on in the match, it'd be nice if he was just locked into one move. So, because Payback has the Fortune Mechanics and he attacked second, it's going to get that boost and it's going to take out my Starmie, and in comes Breloom.
Yeah, I did go straight for the payback with my America's Next Top model. Take care of that Starmie real quick. In comes Breloom, goes for a unprotected Focus Punch. Crazy stuff going on. As I switch into Celebi, I can take that. I'm a bold Celebi, so I can take that for days. It's pretty much the best counter to Breloom I know. Maybe Crowbat's better, but then there's Stone Edge. So anyway, I go for a Hidden Power Ice just in case he wants to try and get a free sub up, but he switches to Skarmory.
Yeah, so I figure that so far, so long as he doesn't have Hidden Power Fire, Skarmory can pretty much take on Celebi for the most part. So he shows Thunder Wave, and I'm going to get paralyzed here. Not really too critical. I mean, I did set up a layer of spikes, but it just means I'll just have to set him up at a later time. So I'm going to go for spikes again, as he's actually going to go out into his Heatran. Right here, I'm kind of expecting him to either set up Stealth Rock, set up a substitute, or basically not throw off a fire move. So he shows Toxic, I whirlwind him out. That's got me thinking that he's more of like a specially defensive walling Tran.
Yep, I am a specially defensive trend. That's a good conclusion, I should say. I go for U-turn here because I can't do shit with a scissor against the Skarmory. I U-turn back to Heatran, hoping he's not gonna whirlwind again. He did not do that. He tried to go for another layer of spikes, I think. He got paralyzed though. Skarmory is gonna be the center point of all the hacks in the match. You'll find out later. I do predict the switch again very aggressively and go for a Toxic.
Yeah, the old saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, was in effect there. I kind of wasn't expecting him to do that again, but I mean, hey, he made a really gutsy play and did it again. So I'm going to go for a discharge, get the first turn paralysis on his Heatran. And little to his knowledge, I really don't mind this thing being poisoned because this is a rest talking Rotom, and poison is just going to go bye bye, and I'm going to get full HP back, and he's going to unfortunately get paralyzed here. I think he was just going to fire off another lava plume, most likely.
Yeah, I did go for a lava plume after being completely bummed because he went for rest. I was not amused, to say the least, as I switch out to my Gengar, not wanting to deal with this, and I know I can Oko that Rotom with Shadow Ball, but he switches out as well and switches to his Gliscor. I think that's a good switch for me because I don't think he can break my substitute, so I just go for that as he sets up rocks. Switch to Skarm as I go for a Shadow Ball.
Yeah, I kind of like looking back. I really don't know why I went into Gliscor in the first place, but I'm just gonna go to Skarmory, figuring that he was just gonna Shadow Ball. I took that fairly nicely. He misses Focus Blast. I could have taken it from that range, but I mean, heck, would have been at low HP anyways. And I whirlwind him out into his Swampert. So at this point, I figure that he's probably gonna like either set up his Stealth Rocks. So I'm gonna sit here and taunt so that he can't roar me. But I get paralyzed, which actually kind of helps me out a little bit. So I'm going to go for my layer of spikes, and he's not going to roar me out, and I get roared out into my Breloom.
Yeah, that was the perfect roar for you, at least. He did get paralyzed, and as Rich mentioned, he whirlwinded me out into Swampert. Perfect opportunity for me to set up my rocks. Breloom comes in after my roar, though, and I don't want to give him a free substitute, so I stay in and go for Ice Beam. I did not think he wanted to go for Spore because I had the Celebi with the Natural Cure, and that was most likely my switch in. So I just didn't want to give him a free sub so I could bring in Gengar and Oko his ass with a Shadow Ball.
Right, I didn't want to give him a free sub, so I stayed with Breloom and just went for a Seed Bomb in case he decided to sub up. So right here, I'm going to go into it for a kind of bluff a Choice Scarf, and I'm going to go into my Skarmory back again, and he goes for a Shadow Ball, and it goes down, and it goes down, and it goes down, and that's a crit, which partially kind of makes up for the Focus Blast misses that puts me in the low health range. So right here he goes for Focus Blast, misses again, but I get paralyzed, so it's kind of a dead turn. Focus Blast misses again, and I'm able to get a Roost off. And we were kind of talking about whether or not that mattered or not, because I mean, I think I could have lived, but again, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm just going to go and I believe I set up more layers of spikes. No, I used taunt. That's right. I taunted on his switch over into Heatran, so he would be forced to use an attacking move.
Yeah, that's 70% accurate focus blast for you. I don't believe it anymore. I'm done with that. So he taunts my Heatran as I have to go for an attacking move. He's assuming I'm gonna go for a Lava Plume since there's a Skarmory on the field. Good assumption. I go for a Lava Plume. Can't burn the Infernape because it's a fire type. Probably wouldn't have knowing my luck, but hey, that's not the point here. He goes for a close combat. I was so sure he would go for an overheat or at least something safe regarding my Gengar switch, but he does go for the close combat. Uh, does not go for a fire move and takes out my Heatran. I can now safely bring in Gengar and take him out with a Shadow Ball, but he switches to Gliscor.
Yeah, pretty much my thought process here is just I want to Life Orb stall his Gengar as much as I possibly can. So I'm going to go into Gliscor. I figured that, based on his team, Gliscor can't really do too much because, I mean, he does have that Celebi, he does have this Gengar, so, I mean, it can't really touch him. Yeah, it can kind of put his Scizor in a bind, but I have Infernape for Scizor. So I go into Infernape. I'm hoping that he will expect my Skarmory switch, and he does. He goes for the Pain Slip, and I'm able to kill off his Gengar with an Overheat.
Yeah, that was one of those crazy mind games again we had
Yeah,
during the match, like all the time. This
we,
match took
we
a
had a lot
long
of
time
those.
live, but yeah, we were thinking like MTG in InertFlygon. That's crazy. And basically, I bring in Scissor after he takes out my Gengar with an overheat. I try to bullet punch it, but instead I bullet punch air because he takes himself out with the Mach Punch Life Orb recoil. And Rotom comes in, and then I think to myself, I I don't know what to do here. Even America's Next Top Model can't stop Rotom from this point because he tricked away my Lumberry, gets the first turn Sleep Talk, Will-O-Wisp, and burns me, and I'm like, ugh,
Yeah, at that
not a
point,
good situation.
yeah, at that point, pretty much his Machamp is now pretty useless because it's Chick and Toy Spec and it's burned. So right here, I'm just gonna go for another Sleep Talk as he goes into his Scizor. I get a rest. I mean, it really wasn't that big of a deal because his Bullet Punch does like 64 damage, and I'm just gonna finish off with a Discharge.
Yeah, and that's the end of Scissor for you. And Rotom is still chilling at full health, and I have Celebi, and my stab move is Grass Knot. And if I had Energy Ball, I would try to fight this, but he's so low on weight. I wouldn't say anorexic, but he's pretty close to nothing with weight, and I can't touch it with Grass Knot. So I decided to run like a little girl, and that's good game.
Yeah, that was a very good game, Tony. Lots of mind games going around, but hey, that's just how the two of us play. We go and we mind game and we mind screw each other, and it's crazy. So. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that y'all enjoyed this dual commentary video. Please leave us some feedback in case you want to see more from us. Be sure to check out our channels. Tony's amazing. I'm okay. So
No, you're amazing. Come on, don't be shy.
I am
All
not
right,
a
check us
modest
out if you
person.
want. I guess this is the end. Let's not make it drag on too long.
Yeah, let's not make it drag it too long. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to sub to the MoshPit, all this stuff, and thank you again. And we'll see you next time. Peace out.
Peace.